and a lot of Molotov cocktails are still being thrown. People on the street have been told to get off the street, that a curfew is in effect. But by the tens of thousands and by various reports, hundreds of thousands, they have ignored that, even with the warnings today that they would be severely punished. Nevertheless, it goes from bad to potentially worse, or does it? To New York Republican Congressman Michael Grimm. And Congressman, I was thinking of you, a Tea Party type of an entity, and just when we're trying to get a handle on our budgets and our spending, this could come up and everyone says, well, not so fast on defense, not so fast on whatever. What do you say?
Well, it's a constant reminder. We live in a volatile world. We live in a dangerous world. And that's why, from my background, I know that we always have to be vigilant. We always have to have the defense of this nation and our allies constantly on our mind.
So are you saying that, so I've talked to some of your colleagues, the Tea Parties, who say, well, there's a lot of ways to the $600 billion military budget. This incident notwithstanding, we could still address that. What do you say?
Well, and I've said this before. A perfect example would be the Commandant of the Marine Corps. As you know, I'm a United States Marine. The Commandant of the Marine Corps recently scrapped the program for amphibious vehicles. Felt it was too expensive, didn't feel it was going to fit the needs of the Marine Corps, and scrapped it. That's exactly what we need, the type of feedback and leadership that we need from those in the Department of Defense, our Joint Chiefs. They need to tell us where we can trim fat. I do not feel comfortable with us telling them where to trim fat. They know what they need to keep our troops safe. We have to make sure that they're always at the ready, they're available to keep us protected, and they have what they need to protect us.
Congress, the author was right, Andrew McCarthy, who said there is a sense of a growing anti-Americanism, and that the environment there will not be hospitable to U.S. interests, no matter who takes over. It doesn't have to be a Muslim Brotherhood type individual, but it is not politically in your interests there, if I'm getting the gist of what he's saying, to be seen as a friend of the United States. What do you make of that?
Well, right now I think that's true. One of the things that is good is we haven't seen a tremendous amount of anti-American sentiment during these protests. And that's why
a little bit more lately. You're right. Not a lot, sir, but a little bit more. Does that worry you?
Sure, because what I don't want to see happen is the United States take action that fuels that fire, and then we see more anti-American sentiment when we don't need to do that. That's why we have to be very, very careful in our approach. Remember, perception is everything. Okay, and the way America is perceived right now, many perceive us as the monies that we give to these nations is being given to a dictator that is repressing and keeping the oppression.
Do you think he should go now, Hazib Park? Don't let the screen door hit him on the way out, kind of deal.
Well, if the violence continues the way it is now, unfortunately, I think that may be the only option. The last thing we want is right now we're in chaos. If that continues, I believe that it strengthens the Muslim Brotherhood. It will strengthen the only faction that has some organization. That's the danger here. And that's the double-edged sword with democracy. When you have freedom of democracy, you have groups like Hamas that can be elected, as we've seen.
Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly right.
Congressman, thank you. Thank you for your service and your victory.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. The situation right now, we just don't know right now. We don't.